what do you fly now? What kind of birds interest you working on planes?
Well, I've got some news, but I haven't been able to fly them yet. I've got a Spacewalker here, and I've got a Sopwith. I've got first time getting into four-stroke engines. And everybody says, oh, well, that's very complicated, young man. Now, you want to be sure you're ready for this. Can you read? Anyway, so I read. Didn't do me any good. I still got to go to people like you and say, can you make my toy work?
Right.
I don't know how to adjust the bottom end from the top end. There are people on this planet that have that knack, and I'm trying to seek them out.
But once you get that thing set, there won't be much to think about.
Well, I got one set yesterday, supposedly, but now I can't get the daggone thing to turn on, and I am just completely unknowledgeable in electronics.
Right.
I still don't know how pictures fly through the air. That amazes me. Television is just beyond my ability to... Anyway.
What would you, RC-wise, what would you want to move up to next? What do you think ultimately you would want to fly?
Ultimately, I'd like to fly multiple engines. I'd like to fly scale, like a B-17, B-29s, bigger, louder, and I don't know. I mean, I enjoy flying everything now, which only is a couple of airplanes, but I've got a lot of airplanes.
Right.
Just haven't flown them yet.
How many airplanes do you have right now?
I don't know. I say altogether, I don't know, 16 or 17, I guess.
And are they all fully functional?
No, some of them are still in the box, but most of them are functional, yes. There's a few things needed to be tweaked here and there, but I've been gone for a long time, so I'm looking for a professional tweaker.
Oh, I want to bring this up. I was approached by Bobby at one point to be a roadie. And I've been in the music business, and I have long hair, so I meet all the requirements. But I knew it was not that Bobby was looking for. Bobby, what were you looking for in a roadie for the current tour that you're on?
Well, see, we have a lot of time on the road. We usually play only like 2 or 3 concerts a week, so that gives us an equal amount of time when we're not doing anything. And a lot of that time is just spent sitting in a hotel room in various cities around the world. So I get tired of doing that, and they have a simulator, but that gets kind of boring too. So I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate a saxophone roadie slash air tech, pilot advisor, and I nearly had them sold, but then they said, wait a minute, what do you need a sax tech for? And I said, well, because don't you know how the saxophone works? Well, yeah, I know it works, but, I need somebody to carry it for. Oh, you need a Sherpa. Anyway.
Them being the Stones. You can't sell it to the Stones.
No, well, it wasn't them. It was their business manager that I couldn't sell it to. You had to mail the money. So, try as I might, I could not get my sax tech slash airplane tech aboard on this last one.
And I just want you guys to think about it. You're approached by a member of the Rolling Stones team to go on the road on the next tour, and your primary job is to keep the RC planes charged and ready to fly at all times.
Listen, man, we would have had it knocked in the head if only Mick would have taken up RC, or Keith, or Charlie. Now, I campaigned with Keith a little bit, didn't get much response. Mick, and Charlie just likes to look at them.
Right.
So
I envisioned a big road box, where all the planes sat and the chargers.
We shared that same vision, but it just didn't come to pass, did it?
So Mick and Keith, have you pulled out an airplane and said, hey, I want you to check this out?
Well, I've flown them outside the venues. Like when we played down here in Louisville, I flew outside the racetrack there, Churchill Downs. And Charlie and Mick, everybody said, ooh, ah, and I was flying a Hobby Lobby, what was it? Twin Eagle, twin jet. Anyway, I got to be pretty good with that, thrill the crowds, but not enough to keep their interest alive enough to let me have my own tech.
One day, maybe.
Possibly so, when I can pay out of my own pocket.
And finally, when I met you, you were a beginner. You weren't a true beginner, but you were getting back into electric and all, RC in general.
Yes.
If you had something you could say to a beginner out there, what would it be? Advice?
Find somebody that knows what they're doing with the patience of Job, and just do what everybody told me to do. Start out slow and build up. Get you a very elementary airplane with 3 or 4 channels, whatever, and just learn the basics on that, just like reading, writing, and arithmetic. It ain't really like that. I can add like a dog, but I'm pretty good at addition and subtraction. But flying is still kind of a mystery to me in some aspects of it, like starting the motor.
Now, what's next for you and the Stones? Where are you headed?
Next, I'm going to We're going to do some more recording, and I'm not quite sure what the location of that's going to be. Either here or there or somewhere. I'm not quite sure. And then another tour projected for next spring.
All right.
In the interim, I'll see if I can't work you in.
I've got a good gig now with RC Groups.
Well, we tried anyway.
All right. Well, Bobby, man, I sure appreciate you.
Jim, my pleasure, man.
I've always wanted to interview you.
And your T-shirts are a big hit. I need some more of those T-shirts, man. Now,
I think I've got a solution.